Hey, this video goes over inverses. So for inverses, you want to switch x and y and solve for y. But it's not necessarily going to say the word inverses. You're going to see f and then with a little -1. That's how you know you have to do this. All right, so for the first one, it says f of x is the cube root of x plus 4, and then this is f inverse. So this is really y equals, so we're going to switch this. We're going to make it x equals, and then cube root y plus 4. We're going to solve this for y. So to solve it for y, we're going to have to subtract 4 on both sides. And then what's the opposite of cube rooting is cubing. Cube this side, and then we're going to cube this whole entire side. So we end up with x minus 4 cubed equals y. And that is x minus 4 cubed is option 2. For the function d of x is the cube root of x plus 2, the inverse function. Ooh, this one says the word inverse. D inverse of x equals, so this is y equals, and we're going to switch x and y. So we're going to do x equals cube root and then y plus 2 instead of x plus 2. Now since everything's under the cube root on this one, I've got to cube both sides first. Whereas on this one, this wasn't underneath the cube root, so I had to move it over to the other side first. So I'm going to cube this side, and I'm going to cube this side. So I'll have x cubed equals, these will cancel, y plus 2. So to get y by itself, I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides. And we've got x cubed minus 2 equals y. X cubed minus 2 is option 4. All right, given f of x equals x cubed minus 3 and the inverse function is supposed to be this, what is the value of b? So let's do this part at the end. Let's just find the inverse. So we're going to switch x and y. So we're going to do x equals y cubed minus 3. To solve for y, I would have to add 3 on both sides. So I'll be getting x plus 3 equals y cubed. And then I have to get rid of this cube, so I'm going to cube root. And I'm going to cube root this whole side as well. So my final answer is y equals cube root of x plus 3. Now they wrote x minus 3b. So this part underneath the radical is supposed to be the same as this. Now you could probably do this in your head. I want to turn this into a positive 3. So to turn this -3 into a positive 3, I'd have to multiply it by -1. So that's a quick way to do it. Or you could make yourself a little equation. X minus 3b is what I have, and it's supposed to be x plus 3. The x's are the same, so we really just need to focus on the -3b and the 3. So to get b by itself, you could divide by -3, and you would get b equals -1. All right, number 4 says if f of x equals 12x minus 4, the inverse is, all right, this is y, this is x, so I'm going to switch those. And I'm going to do x equals 12y minus 4. So I want to get y by itself, so I'm going to add 4 on both sides. So I've got x plus 4 equals 12y. So let's look around. I've got an x plus 4 right here. To get y by itself, I'll have to divide everything by 12. So x plus 4, everything divided by 12 is option 3. Now it says given the inverse function, so they're telling you this is the inverse and they want you to find the regular original function. Works the same way. If you pretend like this is y and this is x, you're just going to switch them and solve. So you're going to do x equals 2/3 and then y plus 1/6. So to get y by itself, we'd have to subtract 1/6 on both sides. So x minus 1/6 equals 2/3 y. Now I'm going to divide everything by 2/3. Now I don't have an option that looks like this, so I'm going to have to do some extra math. So first I'm going to divide the number in front of x by 2/3, which is 1. So 1 divided by 2/3, I can do on my calculator. 1 divided by 2/3 is 3/2. So I'm going to have 3/2 x. And now I also have negative 1/6 divided by 2/3. And that is negative 1/4. So 3/2 x minus 1/4 is option 3. All right, on the next page, I've got f of x is 1/2 x plus 2, the inverse. I'm going to switch x and y, so I'm going to have x equals 1/2 y plus 2. To get y by itself, I'll subtract 2 on both sides. X minus 2 equals 1/2 y. And then I can divide everything by 1/2. Now, I don't see this as an answer, so I'm going to have to do the math out again. So 1 on the first one. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 1/2 is just 2. So 2x. And then negative 2 divided by 1/2 is minus 4. Now, you could have gotten this by just multiplying both sides by 2. That would have also worked instead of dividing by 1/2. 2x minus 4 is option 3. Another one, the statement, or given this, which statement is true of the inverse function? So let's just find the inverse. X equals negative 2/5 y plus 4. To get y by itself, we'll subtract 4. So we've got x minus 4 equals negative 2/5 y. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 2/5. Y equals, all right, let's do this out. We've got 1 in the front here. So 1 divided by negative 2/5 is negative 5/2. So negative 5/2 x. And then negative 4 divided by negative 2/5 is 10. So plus 10. So it says, which of the following is true? Is it a line with slope of 5/2? No, because it's negative 5/2. Does it has a slope of 2/5? No. So it either passes through one of, it says, passes through the point 6, negative 5, or has a y-intercept at 0, 4. The y-intercept is 10, so it's probably option 3. Let's just make sure that's true. If we go to y equals, we type in negative 5/2 x plus 10, go to the table. I want to make sure it goes through 6, negative 5, which it does right here on the table. All right, and the last question says the inverse of f of x is, so we're going to switch x and y. So x equals negative 6y plus 1/2. So we'll subtract 1/2 on both sides. X minus 1/2 equals negative 6y. To get y by itself, we would divide by negative 6. But again, we're going to have to divide everything by negative 6. So we've got, first one is 1. 1 divided by negative 6 as a fraction is negative 1/6. And then x. And then I have negative 1/2 divided by negative 6. And that would be positive 1/12. And that's going to equal y. So I've got option 3. There is inverses.